Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Now, what shall we talk about?
Hello, my friends. This is Brian, the speaker for the dead, coming to you today with a new video. So I wanted to do a video today on Hollywood hypocrisy and hypocrisy in general. Because of what's going on in our country and the things that have been happening over the last year, hypocrisy seems to have become just an absolute way of life for people. And not everybody, but far too many. So the people I'm talking about are like Will Wheaton, who just compared people who were involved in the Capitol riot to, what did he say? That they were domestic terrorists. This is the same person who was dead silent as Antifa and Black Lives Matter burned cities, killed cops, killed innocent people. Now they're all law and order. People like Charlize Theron, Mrs. I have transgendered children. You've got Amber Heard, Leonardo DiCaprio, Alec Baldwin, Oprah, Bette Midler, Mark Ruffalo, Alyssa Milano, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And every single one of these people say this just the dumbest, idiotic stuff. And we're just supposed to lap it up and go, you're so great. Taylor Swift, who got her start in country music, a place that is wildly conservative, where most people are very patriotic, very American. And the second she got a platform where she got more successful, she jumped into pop music and then suddenly became one of the world's biggest libtards. Alec Baldwin, who calls his children up, screams at them over the phone and does horrendous things. I love him as an actor, but he's just a horrendous human being. And he's out there. He's our moral compass. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is more concerned about trees than children being prostituted. You know, the child sex trafficking. Just every single stand that these people take is so crazy and unprincipled, and it's just like, really, this is this. They're all global warming alarmists. It's just, and they all fly around in private airplanes and live high on the hog and eat, expensive meals and live in mansions with heated pools and all this stuff. But, oh, good Lord, just, shh, you just be quiet. They're allowed because they're the important people. Don't you know? Let me take Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton just came out recently and in a tweet or a video or a vlog, or doesn't matter, came out and said how there's systemic racism, and that, you know, we need to be more cognizant, and we just went off on this, you know, I am embarrassed about being white and blah blah blah. And so I have an idea. I have an idea for all you Hollywood lunatics and losers out there with all of your white guilt. Okay, you're an actor, right? You take roles, you apply for roles, you have an agent, you do all that stuff. Here's what I suggest. Quit. Don't take any more roles, because every role you take, that's a role that could have been a black person's, or a female transgendered couch potato, or whatever it is. Okay, if you're white and a man, I mean, you should just quit. Quit acting. Don't take jobs. You should just stop living. Really. I mean, really. You're just taking up space that could otherwise be taken up by black people and brown people and Asian people and green and yellow and red and whatever color isn't white and male. I mean, you are just taking up space. Will Wheaton, don't take jobs anymore. You shouldn't speak to the media. Every time the media focuses on you, you're taking airtime away from a minority. Do you not realize how terrible that is? I mean, realistically, you just no more. You don't talk. Don't be out there putting out your voice. I mean, because everything you do takes up the space of minorities. I mean, all you men with your penises and stuff. I mean, just go live on an island somewhere and don't talk to anybody, don't touch anybody, and don't look at anybody. It's just all you white men. You need to just go off in a corner somewhere and just never be heard from again. I mean, don't have children, because your children are just gonna continue that systemic white racism. As the speaker for the dead, I am calling for a genocide of all white men. I mean, let's just stop messing around with this and just get right out there and say it. Just wipe them out, you know. I mean, we need concentration camps for white men. We need gas chambers. We need a Holocaust of white for white men. Okay, so obviously I'm being facetious here. The problem is they're not, and their hypocritical rhetoric. That's where this goes. That's the logical conclusion of their racism. Okay? Their self-racism. These are white people, white men and women, condemning themselves.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Okay? Now, they don't even seem to realize that's what they're doing. They're so lost in this twisted up logic and this bubble that they live in, that they don't even see that their own rhetoric will lead to their own death, their own executions, their own whatever you want to call it. Because you think they're going to spin all these people up, all these minority groups are going to spin all these people up and convince them of how evil even white people are saying how evil white people are.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Well, you think when the riots come and the race stuff starts and things get really super heated and stuff, do you think they're going to stop to ask Will Wheaton, and these other Hollywood idiots who are condemning themselves along with me and everybody else who happens to be what I am by birth. They're going to be the first ones up against the wall. Because they're not going to stop and be like, oh, you're Will Wheaton. I saw a video of you, condemning this, so we know you're one of the good ones. Okay? Given what they're saying and the way they're acting and what they're doing, there will be no good ones. Okay? If you're white and you're male, or you're white, period, like, you'll just get killed. It's just like rhetoric against Muslims. When you spin people up into hatred and bigotry and that kind of stuff, and it doesn't matter who it's directed towards, okay? This is not okay. Racism is not okay, even if it's popular. You know? I mean, it's not popular, okay? It's not a good thing. It doesn't matter who it's directed at. Will Wheaton and the rest of you idiots out there. I use Will Wheaton as an example because I'm just like, he's a guy that I like when I've seen him in stuff. I liked him in The Big Bang Theory when he was basically playing himself. I don't like dislike him as a human being. I don't understand people that think like him. But he's the most recent one. But this is a common ongoing thing. This anti-white racism, because that's what it is. Just because it's not directed towards a minority group doesn't make it any less evil. Okay? Hating people because of the color of their skin is bad, no matter whether it's black, brown, white, red, green, yellow, purple, whatever. Okay? It's bad. And you need to stop it. You need to stop hating on your own race. You need to stop hating on your own skin color. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help anybody. All it does is spin up emotions and cause people to do stupid things they wouldn't otherwise do. Do you think the normal average German people really agreed with destroying and killing the Jews? We know that there were people that hid Jews and tried to protect the Jewish people in Germany. The problem is that everybody went silent because it was popular. Because the loudest and craziest voices out there, the people in power, the people who'd taken over the media in Germany, were all touting this same line. So it was the consent of the silent. So by being silent, you consented to this. Well, that's what's going on now. We've got people that are out there, and nobody's pushing back against this racism. Or if they do, they're called a bigger racist. Well, you're just a white nationalist. You're just a white supremacist. No, I just don't want to get killed because I'm white. Or because I don't want somebody to get killed because they're black. I don't want somebody to get killed because they're Asian. Or because they're an American Indian. Or because they're an Indian. Okay? We need to stop hating people based on skin color all the way around. This systemic racism nonsense needs to stop. It really needs to stop.
Are you sure?
Does this look unsure to you?
No.
Good. Now go spread the word.
Okay, because there is no such thing. Well, Brian, you don't understand because you're white. You've never had to... Oh, shut up. I have eyes. I can see. Okay? I was born poor. We had nothing. And I worked myself into a point where I'm okay. But my family, they were all poor working class people. We busted our butts. I worked on a farm from the time I could push a bale of hay over till now. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This notion of that because I have a white skin, that life's been easier for me. When I was growing up, and a good meal consisted of homemade bread and some gravy that my mom had made, gravy and toast. That was what I ate for dinner, and maybe some canned homemade peaches that my mom had got from somebody, or that my mom had made because we got fruit from somebody who had too much. Okay? I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. We worked for every single thing we had. Rural area. I mean, my mom cried one time because she got to finally buy chocolate chips to make chocolate chip cookies. She cried in the grocery store because she was finally able to afford a little bag of chocolate chip cookies, or chocolate chips to make cookies. Okay? Don't tell me about systemic racism. Don't tell me about how oppressed you are. I don't give a damn about your oppression, because nobody's oppressing you other than you. Okay? And all you Hollywood dipshits out there who are feeding into this line, you think you're going to be remembered as somebody great. You think you're going to get a pass when all this stuff comes down because, oh, you spoke out for the poor and oppressed. Now, man, you're going to get wiped out just like everybody else. Because when emotions get spun up and the crazy gets going, reason goes right out the window. Nobody stops to find out who you are. They just kill you because of what you are. So, Hollywood, just do us all a favor and shut up.
How can you be deaf with ears like that?
Okay? I like watching your movies. I like seeing you acting. But let's not pretend that you're anything other than what you are. You're a pretender. And you're a good pretender. And that's what my interest, and that's where my interest in you begins and ends. Okay? I don't care what your politics are. I don't want to know what you think about Donald Trump. I don't care what you think about Joe Biden. I don't care about that. Do you understand? I am interested in one thing and one thing only from you: acting. I want to see you transform yourself into somebody you're not to entertain me. So get up there on the stage, monkey, and dance while that organ grinder does his thing. Because that's all I'm interested in you about. Not because I hate you, not because you're not worth anything, but know what you are. Know your place. I put these videos out not because I'm playing on my name, because my name doesn't mean anything. And people who want to listen to me can listen to me. But I don't expect people to believe in me. And I don't expect people to, I mean, you can accept it or reject it. But I'm not out there condemning everybody for simply being alive. I'm not out there telling you how to go live your life. I'm out there just commenting on what goes on in the world.
Sorry I'm late. I was rounding up all the gluten in the world and launching into space where it can't not hurt us ever again.
Okay? And I wouldn't even care if these people were reasonable, but they're not reasonable. This is not coming from a rational place. This is coming from a sense of guilt for whatever reason, because they've been successful. Well, here's a thought. All you Hollywood hypocritical losers, take all that money that you've made, all that ill-gotten gain that you've gotten from the systemic racism of Hollywood, and give it away. Take your mansions and donate them to a halfway house for the homeless in Los Angeles. Donate your money to drug rehabilitation centers. Not a little bit. All of it. Because you are so right. I mean, if you believe this crap that's spewing out of your face all the time, live it. Live it.
I believe you too. You see the quotations I'm making with my claw hands? It means I don't believe you.
Go take all your money and give it away to these people who you say are so oppressed. But notice, none of them ever do that. None of them. They talk about what you're doing. And they talk about how you're an oppressor and you keep the minorities down. They never talk about what they're doing. They never talk about how their careers steal opportunities from minority people. No. Because they're one of the good ones, right? We're good, Whitey. We're there with you. We're going to get paid $200 million for this film. And you little key grips and all your little minions down there, little extras, you're going to get $50 for the day. You see how fair that is? Because I'm one of the good ones, right? I'm whatever, Charlize Theron, and I'm all for transgender children. They're one of the good ones, so the rules don't apply. They don't have to give their money away. You have to give your money away. You have to take your working class job and give it away to a Hispanic from another country. Not them. Not them, okay? Because they're the important people in Hollywood. Their jobs are way important, and they are so smart. They really know how everybody should live.
Look at it with responsibility. I mean, I am committed to self-improvement, and I work at being the best person that I can be and using this platform for as much good as I can. But it doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes, but I'm very comfortable with that and allowing myself to learn from those mistakes.
Yeah. The hypocrisy is just mind-boggling of these people. I mean, if they were out there calling for an end to all racism, if they were out there giving to causes, to donating their time and energy to charities that helped lower income areas and the underprivileged, and feeding people in soup kitchens every day, and donating all the money they make from their films to these causes and stuff like that, and they were living in just a regular single family dwelling home, not $100 billion mansion or $1 million mansion or whatever. But these people don't live what they say. These people don't live what they talk about. Only we, the little plebiscites, the little lowly people, are required. See how that works? That's called hypocrisy. And that's all you people are. You're hypocrites. Nobody cares what you think because you're hypocrites. You don't live what you talk about. So shut up. Shut up. The world does not need more hypocrites. The world does not need more people playing on victimism and racism and hatred and intolerance. Okay? No, we don't need it. I don't need it directed at me, and I don't need it directed at anybody else. Stop trying to divide people into groups and categories. We are all human beings. We all have hearts and lungs and capillaries and blood vessels and the whole 9 yards. We're all human. The minor differences in the pigmentation of our skin, the color of our eyes, the shape of our faces, all that stuff is just something that should be celebrated. Not identified and used to hurt people, or to segregate people, or to destroy one group in care of another group. Racism is wrong, no matter who's perpetrating it. Racism of white people against white people is bad. Racism of white people against black people or against brown people is bad, and vice versa. You see how that works? It's a really simple concept. I know that it's simple, and so you educated and you very smart individuals in Hollywood, you are so far above. You know so much better than the rest of us, but you don't. Not at all. Not even a little bit. So that's my rant on this. Sick of the hypocrisy. Just you people disgust me. You don't live anything of what you say, and nobody cares about you, especially you, Will Wheaton, because of what and who you've become. That kid that we saw, Wesley Crusher, you're not even a shadow of what that kid was. That character, if only you were that smart, if only you were that intelligent, if only you understood the world in that way, but you don't. So, anyway. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think on this subject. Are you tired of it, or do we just need more people in Hollywood to tell us how to live? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye now.